Every week on social media, there seems to be new running brands popping off, marketing their products through influencers, celebrities, and elite athletes. It's definitely a great way to get the word out into the market. But as a consumer, how do we know if these products are actually any good? I'm not having a go at anybody that's involved in this in any way. It's just sometimes so tricky to tell what is actually good out there, what's being overhyped with so many discount codes and big commission payments involved. It's just so hard to know. So I've bought loads of these products. I've been testing them out over the past few months, and I'm going to tell you if they're really going to be worth your money. So I just want to say I bought all of these products 100% with my own money. I've got no affiliate links or any discount codes to share, unfortunately. I don't benefit in any way, shape or form if you buy these things or you don't. We make our living by designing and selling the best running hats, technical gear, and also some amazing 5-star rated training plans. So if you do want to help support the channel, then please check out my website, benparks.com, and feel free to use code YouTube10 for 10% off your next order. Right, let's get stuck in with the first product here, which is a really interesting new product from a brand called Nomio. Right guys, so here is Nomio. It's this little bottle of liquid here, which is a natural performance enhancer to improve your endurance by reducing the lactic acid buildup, while also promoting rapid recovery by reducing the oxidative stress in our muscles. So what's actually in this little glass bottle? Well, it has something called ITC, which is found in broccoli of all things, and that's what the ingredients are. 80% broccoli sprout extract, 15% lemon juice and 5% sugar, just to give it a little bit of sweetness. It comes in this drink form, 60 milliliter bottles, which you take just before your key sessions or races, usually around about 2 to 3 hours before you're going to head out for those big efforts. It can be used by athletes of all different levels, but Nomio say the sort of effects felt are going to be a little bit better on some more advanced athletes. So what do I like about this product? What's been good about this product so far? Well, despite struggling to get it down initially, you really can taste broccoli in here. It's actually not too bad once you get used to it. It didn't give me any gut issues. There was no darting into the bushes. Of course, it's really hard to know exactly what the effects would have been on the workout if I had it or I didn't have it. But to be honest, every time I did have this product, I was always really quite impressed and always ran a little bit better than I was expecting to. There does appear to be quite a lot of science and research that have gone into the effects of ITC, which I've really been enjoying reading. In terms of dislikes with this product, as someone that runs an e-commerce business myself, sending product all around the world, having to pay £12 postage is a little bit steep. They do offer free postage. I think it's over £50, which I did actually sort of stocked up on quite a few of these, so I did get free postage. In terms of price point, £5 a pop. It's just insane. You're really never going to know just how good this product is. There's so many variables on the day, the weather, just how you're feeling, how you've slept, and all of those sort of things as well. And that's obviously all going to feed into how well the workouts are going to go. But in terms of my overall rating, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. It was definitely doing something out there, but unfortunately for me, it's just a little bit too expensive. But I enjoy using the rest of the supply I've got. Next up, let's have a chat all about electrolytes that seem to be really in vogue at the moment, not just even in the running world, but just in the general population out there as well. If you didn't know, electrolytes are minerals that are essential for any body to function. The main ones being sodium, potassium, and also magnesium. When we sweat a lot during some intense physical exercise, or when we're exercising in really hot or humid weather, this can disrupt the ratio of these minerals in our body. So taking electrolytes can help to maintain that balance. I've purchased 2 different brands here, and I've been testing out over the past few months. One from LMNT, which I guess is pronounced Element, and also one from Cadence, which I'll come on to very shortly. So starting out with LMNT electrolytes, these come in the form of these little single serve sachets, which you simply mix up with water. They've got a very high amount of sodium in their sachets compared with a lot of other electrolyte brands. I paid £19 for just 12 little sachets of this, coming in at £1.58 a sachet. So what I really liked about these, very simple ingredients, very clear labeling as well, so you know exactly what you're getting. So in the form of Element, you're getting 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium in every packet. Really convenient packaging that you can just shove in your travel bag and take with you wherever you're going to races. There's many different flavors that you can get as well, and yeah, it just dissolves in the water really, really easy as well. Just a little shake and you're good to go. In terms of dislikes with this one, as I said at the start of it, it's very potent stuff. They recommend mixing it up with around about 500 ml to a litre of water. It's a pretty big range. If you go for near the 500, it's very, very salty tasting water, which is probably quite a good thing if you need these electrolytes at that time. A litre, then you've got to be consuming quite a lot of liquid there. So it's just a really big sort of variance. It just leaves me a little bit unsure with how much liquid you put in it. But at 500 mils, it's very, very strong stuff. And then, as I said, I picked up another type of electrolytes, this time from a company called Cadence. This is their Core 500. 500 because it's got 500 milligrams of sodium in here, and also 200 milligrams of potassium and 20 milligrams of magnesium. Again, to help with that daily hydration, and also the magnesium in there, similar to their LMNT stuff, to help with the recovery. In terms of what I liked, very, very similar liked to their Element stuff. Tastes nice, it's refreshing, mixes well, but this one is definitely not anywhere near as salty because it's just half the strength really of the Element ones. You can drink it and enjoy it, and for me, I can get this one down a lot better than I could with the Element. Very easy to travel with, nice packaging, nice branding. In terms of dislikes, it's kind of the same with both of these products here. I can't say I particularly noticed any difference by having this. With these products and kind of with electrolytes in general, for me, I'd just rather stick to my usual carbohydrate drink mix, which I'd usually use to fuel my runs or my cycles. And most of the ones I use anyway have got electrolytes in there, and I don't feel like I personally need like a separate electrolyte product. These products are definitely not something I personally feel I need on a daily basis. Could be useful for some intense longer sessions, especially if I'm going to be doing some heat training. I did suffer quite a lot earlier this year at Comrades and at Boston, and I really would have liked to have some of this product out on the course with me in some very hot, sweaty, difficult conditions, and then I think it definitely would have made a little bit of a difference there. In terms of day-to-day use and day-to-day training, I really personally can't see much use for these in my own training. So in terms of a rating for this one, it's really quite hard because, as I say, I personally feel I don't need these in my life. I'd have to give them about a 3 out of 5, I guess. Do we actually need these products? I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know down in the comments what do you think. Next up, we've got some shoes from a smaller company that have been sending these out to pretty much every ultra running influencer, a company called Mount to Coast. So here we have the Mount to Coast R1 shoe, set me back £150. They're quite a small brand. They currently only make 5 different types of running shoes. They popped onto the scene earlier on this year by doing a lot of influencer marketing to get the word out. Their flagship shoe is the R1, which is what I've got here, which is your premium daily shoe. In terms of what I really like about the Mount to Coast shoe, just the extreme durability that is on offer here. It's a very well built shoe, a very good quality product. It's a shoe that's been built to go the distance, and I really do mean go the distance. Runners have been using this for some joggle attempts, which is like a UK thing, John O'Groats to Land's End, or vice versa, nearly 900-mile runs. It's got quite a unique lacing system at the front where you can adjust the tightness just over the top of your feet independently in case your feet do swell a little bit on those longer efforts. Just works in combination with quite a nice wide toe box as well. In terms of dislikes with this one, shipping does take quite a long time, and I had a few tracking problems with my parcel. It took 12 days to arrive after I placed my order. On the inside of the shoe as well, there's a lot of raised material in here, so it does feel very much like a stability shoe, but they're not calling it a stability shoe. It didn't cause me any issues as I was running along, just something to be a little bit aware of. In terms of ratings with this one, I'm going to be giving the shoe a 4 out of 5. A really good shoe for anyone that wants to put in some serious high mileage weeks on the roads, doing some ultra distance running, so maybe getting ready for like a Grand Union Canal, a Comrades, or a Badwater, when you're spending a lot of time on some very hard packed surfaces. As a side note, my girlfriend Sarah has the T1 trail shoe, which is her absolute favourite trail shoe at the moment as well. So company doing some really good things, well worth checking out. Next up, we've got some more footwear, this time in the form of a recovery sandal. This is the OOFOS recovery sandal. This set me back an absolute whopping £55. Flip-flops or sides or thongs for Aussie friends with soft absorbing impact foam is quite simply what they are. They're meant for that sort of active recovery. I actually had a pair of these shoes which I bought back in 2018. I'd wear them all the time, but unfortunately I left them in the hotel when we went down to Durban, South Africa, to run Comrades, and I was absolutely gutted and I had to go out and buy a brand new pair. In terms of what I like about the shoe, really very comfortable, and way more comfortable than a regular pair of flip-flops, as they are a little bit more supportive and really squishy and soft as well. Never had any chafing or any rubbing issues in these shoes. Just great to have in your bag for after a race, on holiday, traveling around, or if your feet just feel a little bit tender and swollen post-race and you don't want to put your running shoes or a normal pair of shoes back on, it's great to slide these on. In terms of promoting recovery, maybe they do, maybe they're helping you walk around a little bit more, and that's got to be a good positive effect. But yeah, in terms of really helping recovery in a sort of a scientific way, I can't really see that. But yeah, they get me moving around when I do feel a little bit sore. In terms of dislikes, really not the best looking piece of footwear in the world, and probably not the coolest either, but I don't really care because they're just really comfortable, and definitely a little bit on the expensive side, but they really do last quite a long time. In terms of a rating for the OOFOS, I can really only give them a 5 out of 5. They probably are the shoe I wear the most out of everything I have. Just really good, really comfortable, and I've really enjoyed wearing them. Next up, we have this, which is the Coros Armband heart rate monitor that set me back £69. No doubt you'll have seen a lot of people wearing this during races and during workouts, strapped around their bicep. You might not have known what it was, but essentially it's a much more accurate version of the standard watch-based heart rate monitor. So in the past, if you wanted reliable, accurate heart rate data, your only choice was to use a chest strap like this, which goes around your torso. But a lot of people don't like these because they're not very comfortable. But anyway, let's move on to the likes of the Coros heart rate monitor. It's certainly a lot more comfortable than using a chest strap. In my training, you really don't even notice you're wearing it. You put it on, tighten it up, it's just there in the background doing its thing. In terms of the data, really surprised with just how accurate this was. In the testing, when I use this at the gym and also out on some of my runs as well. I linked this to a Coros watch, and then I had my Garmin chest strap linked to my Garmin watch so I could compare the data after. Really surprised with just how good this is. The chest strap will always be the gold standard. You can't get better than that, but this comes really quite close. It just doesn't seem to react quite as quickly when you sort of start that rep. It just doesn't climb quite as quickly, and it doesn't sort of drop quite as quickly as the chest strap. But overall, really surprised with just how good that data is. For most people, this is going to transform the accuracy of their heart rate data if they're comparing it to the standard heart rate data they're getting out of their watch. A couple of other points to note as well. It does pair with your Garmin or your Coros or whatever device you have. You can also pair it with your phone via Bluetooth if you just want to sort of record your runs on your phone, like Strava or something like that. In terms of other positives, pretty good value, I think. £69 for this. I actually spent £80 on my chest Garmin heart rate monitor here, and their flagship one's £150. So I think 69 for this is actually not too bad value wise. It's really easy to pair it with all the devices. It just syncs across really quickly, and you can get it in 2 different sizes as well. In terms of dislikes, it has a special charging cable, which I just know I'm going to lose because it's tiny. No sort of USB-C or anything. You just sort of clamp this cable on the back of it. I just know it's going to get lost eventually. It's different from the Coros charging cable as well. Battery life is definitely a lot worse than the chest strap, about 38 hours on full use, 80 days on standby, compared to you get about a year out of a Garmin one, which uses that standard sort of coin cell battery in it. But at least you can charge it up and it should last quite a long time, whereas this, I've got to go out and buy a new battery every year. So you're going to get about a month's use out of this. In terms of my rating, I really can only give this a 5 out of 5. I've been amazed at just how good this is, how far the technology has come on over the years at a pretty reasonable price point. If you are at all interested in training with heart rate data and you don't like the thought of putting a chest strap on, then this really is an absolute no-brainer. Next up on the list, we have these from Hyperice, their Normatec recovery boots. These set me back, well, the RRP was $9.99. I did manage to get a bit of a deal on these, about $7.60, I think. They're basically very big boots that cover your whole leg. They've got 5 separate compartments in them that gradually fill up with air to help the body force fluid, metabolic waste, and sort of that lactic acid, all sort of the byproducts of being out there running and working hard, help force that out of the legs and back into that central circulatory system to help aid that recovery and really help reducing that onset of DOMS and decrease any swelling from being out there running. This is kind of the industry leader, Normatec. I think Hyperice bought Normatec a few years ago. There's lots of other brands out there making pretty similar products, a lot of them a bit cheaper as well, like Rapid Reboot, Therabody make their own version as well. You often see products like this at like race expos with runners testing them out, trying to freshen up their legs before the big race day. I actually bought one of the early Normatec systems way back on eBay in about 2018, and sadly it gave up on me about 2 or 3 months ago. I had 7 really good years from it, and I was absolutely gutted when these things broke. I tried to get them fixed, but I just couldn't get anywhere with actually getting them repaired. But it's something I genuinely did use pretty much every single day in my training, so I suck it up and had to buy a new pair. But anyway, in terms of what I like about this product, about this and the older sort of system I was using before, it's just so easy to use. So many other forms of recovery gadgets really do require some level of effort, massage guns, foam rollers and things, but with this this. It's the ultimate lazy gadget. You can just chill out on the sofa and just let the unit get on with it. With this version, there's no separate power unit or any tubes to plug in. It's just a lot more convenient and compact as well. Through all the years of using this, I can genuinely say my legs do feel better when I'm using this versus when I'm not. I use it pretty much every day. I know some people find that hard to believe. I need to run to be able to work and review and make all of these videos, so it's really important I'm feeling as fresh as I can every day. The battery on this one does seem to last absolutely ages. Normatec say 4 hours. This is definitely lasting longer than 4 hours. I never really took my old system away traveling unless we kind of went away in the car because it was really just a little bit too big, but I definitely will with this updated one. In terms of dislikes with this, yes, obviously it's crazy expensive. It's a lot of money. I think I paid about $765 for this on a website called Health versus that $999. Reluctantly trawling the internet trying to find discount codes when my last one broke. It's a lot of money, but if you're going to use this all the time, then I feel it's worth it for me. They are really built very well. That's kind of the main difference between something like a Normatec and some of the cheap ones. The build quality on these things is absolutely insane. I got 7 years of using it pretty much every day at the last one. It's not too bad. I feel like I got some good value for money with that over the years. I just genuinely feel they do make a little bit of a difference. But it's certainly in the sort of nice to have type category. In terms of a rating, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Definitely on the more expensive side of recovery gadgets. But for me, it's something I'm definitely carry on using every single day. And then last but definitely not least, we have some nasal strips from this company here called Pneuma. I paid £20 to get 15 strips, which works out at £1.30 a go. So in very simple terms, you simply stick this on your nose and the tension, that rigidity, is going to help pull your nose up slightly to help open up your nasal passages to help you breathe better. So a lot of people are using this when they're running or even when they're sleeping as well to help encourage some nasal breathing. There are a few different brands out there at the moment. I tried a different brand from a company a few months ago in another video, and it was completely, really one of the worst products I've ever reviewed because it simply would not stick on my face. Whatever I tried, however much I cleaned my face, it just pinged off after a couple of K. Let's see if these ones fare any better. So in terms of what I liked about this one, it's really good that it comes in different sizes to accommodate all different sizes of noses out there. Very simple and easy to use. It comes with that little alcohol wipe to get rid of any sweatiness and any oils on your face to really help this to stick on your face. Definitely sweat proof. It didn't come unstuck at all in all the testing I did. I took it up for about 2 hours on the longest run I went on, and yeah, it just held in place throughout the run. So it's well worth looking at if you've tried a similar product but you just couldn't get it to stick on your face. In terms of dislikes with the nasal strips, it just took absolutely ages to arrive. I think I calculated it was 17 days from placing the order to actually getting the order delivered in my hand. Definitely quite expensive at £1.30 a go. I can't say I particularly noticed any difference at all in my running, unfortunately. Breathing isn't something that I personally struggle with, so it's very hard for me to give an accurate score on this because it really could benefit some people. I could see how it could definitely work for some people, but for me, I guess 2 or maybe 3 out of 5 if I'm being generous. So have you tried any of these products yourself? Do you agree with my assessments? Do you disagree with my assessments? Is there anything else you want to see me here reviewing on the channel? Let me know it down on the comments and we'll get some more of this stuff in and give it my honest, impartial, unsponsored and everything review. If you want to check out the website binparts.com, that would be absolutely fantastic. That's it guys, keep on working hard, keep on it done. We see you very soon in the next one.